Folkers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Okay? Snapzilla Gorilla, aka The Definition, kicking you all off with another video. Alright, now this one is very special to me because I get to talk about a video, respond to a video that Officer Tatum did, I believe yesterday, Brandon Tatum. And the reason this is special is because I get to outline and display and give you an example of how dangerous police officers are in their mind frame, how they think, what they believe. They feel like they have special powers and abilities and rights to do whatever they want to other people. And when people come down on them or criticize them, they get highly upset and emotional. Now, the video I'm about to do is a very emotional video by the Brandon Tatum, or whatever his name is, Brandon Tatum, the Officer Tatum. And I'm gonna stay on these cats like this neck because they have a huge following, and their message is anti-freedom. And when people have such a huge anti-freedom message, and at the same time they're influencing black folks, and at the same time as they're influencing black people, they're coming down on black people, okay? That's a problem. And it's not just about black people. It's about people in general. It's about how police officers are policy enforcers, order followers who harass, harangue, and extort other human beings. That's the major problem. And they don't just do that to black folks. They do it to black folks at a higher rate. There are certain factors in there, a lot of factors, but they do it to everybody, okay? They abuse their power. And one thing we know about power is power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And we have to keep these people in check. We have to let them know that our freedoms are not to be trampled on by anybody, okay? So this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Brandon Tatum is a straight up statist tyrant, okay? He used to be a tyrant, right, when he was a police officer. Now he's a statist who still supports and believes in tyranny. Point blank and period. There's no two ways about it. And I'm going to get into this response to this video, and then I'm going to show receipts that completely demolish what the fuck he's saying, okay? Pardon my language, but, you know, it is what it is. So we're going to get into it. Just so y'all know, this is how I roll, okay? You know, I know some people respect police officers and what they're doing, putting their lives on the line. But, you know, at the end of the day, they don't deserve the power they have. And the fact that there's no competition in the field of policing, right? These police departments are forced on us by the municipality. So there's no competition. They don't have to do the right thing by the community they're supposed to serve, okay? They're tyrants. They're terrorists. Point blank and period. So we're going to get into this. Let's start this off.
Let's get into this.
Oh, also, the name of this video from the Officer Tatum's station is called The Worst Anti-Police Video Ever. Okay? And I'll put the link to the video in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself.
Anti-police rhetoric. For those of you who know me, know that I'm a former police officer, and I believe personally that police officers are the greatest heroes in the United States of America.
Houseway. Police officers are the greatest heroes in the United States. A hero to who? Heroes to their tyrannical overlords? Who are they heroes to? Somebody tell me how police officers are heroes when 9 times out of 10 they show up after the crimes are committed, after people are murdered, after people are robbed. How are they heroes? 9 times out of 10. Who are they heroes to? I mean, what are we talking about here? There are plenty of people in many professions, so they're bigger heroes than doctors and nurses and people like that. What about people that actually do save lives? What about the people that defend their families right? Regular folks that defend their families against attackers and win. What about those people? Police officers are the greatest heroes? Come on, man.
I may be biased, but on a day-to-day
definitely
basis, day in and day out, police officers are putting their lives on the line to protect and serve. Even with this,
Okay. Guess what? They signed up for that. They signed up to take on a profession where they might come into contact with someone who wants to kill them. Okay? They signed up for it. You signing up to risk your life does not make you a hero. When you actually save lives and benefit your communities and benefit the people, that's when you become a hero. When you put others before yourself and your actions are altruistic and you truly believe and have compassion for others and don't want to abuse your power, that's when you become a hero. Not when you sign up to go out and, no, miss me with that BS. Let's go.
people talk about the medical facility and the doctors and stuff. I understand that. But police officers are consistently out there just as well, interacting with people on a day-to-day basis. They can't take a day off. Police officers are heroes. Now,
No, they're not.
let me not get on the rant. Let me get into the subject matter here. Anti-police rhetoric, it bothers me. And
Clearly.
anti-police rhetoric is really the reason why I went from Democrat to Republican via Barack Obama. Demonizing police, lying about police, deceiving the...
Who lies about police? Police abuse their power. Police violate people's rights every day. Every day. Every minute. Who's lying about that? That's not a lie. That's the truth. You're violating people's rights, point blank and period, under the color of law. Under the color of law, which is a violation to the U.S. Code. And I'll get into that too. Okay? So who's lying about the police? The police murder people. They brutalize people. They harass people. They lie. Where are the lies at? These are facts. These are facts. They frame people. They set people up. They plant evidence. They plant guns on people. They participate in the drug trade. They participate in the sex trafficking trade. These are all facts. Where the lie at?
the perception of police. But this is the problem, and the reason why I'm making this video is the generational brainwashing of being anti-police by the black community. Now, I know that there's other communities out there, but I lived it, I see it, and it's more prevalent in the black communities, the poor black communities, than anywhere else in the United States of America. I'm gonna show you two videos that bring this home and bring it in full circle. The first...
You see what he's implying, that this only happens in black neighborhoods and black areas. Why is he bringing race into it? Why is there race being brought into it? See, these people, these conservatives, black conservatives, so-called themselves, going from Democrat to Republican, they say that white Democrats bring race into politics, race in and all that shit, race baiting and all that. Why he bringing in the race? So he's implying that black folks predominantly get at police officers in the wrong way. That's not true. That's not true. And I got some stuff to show y'all.
Is some, I guess you would call them millennials, guys my age, that are berating police officers, berating them,
So
saying all kinds of racist, hateful rhetoric towards them, and they wonder why the communities suck. And then I'm gonna show you the.
So he's saying because black people look at police in a negative light, their community suck because of that. That's what you call a post hoc ergo proctor hoc fallacy. No, it has nothing to do with that. People's community sucking, right? Black folks' community sucking has nothing to do with them looking at police in a negative light. That's retarded. Or how they address the police. First of all, it's very rare for black people to go off on police like that, but like what you're about to see. It's very rare, okay? I mean, it doesn't have, he acting like this shit happen every day, every minute. Let's keep going.
Effect of that video and how it impacts a youngster that's out here doing the same thing and saying the same thing, and you wonder, where do they learn this from? How did this come to full circle? This is exactly why. Roll the film.
Now there's a disclaimer that comes up that says it's going
Pull out your gun. What are you talking about?
I didn't pull out my gun.
He was about to.
No, I wasn't.
Did you feel
threatened?
threatened? Because he was behind you?
Right.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's crazy. No, he don't know. Bro, what? No, this is about what? This is about what? Like what? The fuck is you talking about? Live here like what? Like what? Please help.
Back later, pussy.
Fuck is you talking about?
I'm right here.
So take the badge off. Take the badge off. Take the badge off. Take the bag off. Yo, take. I swear, oh, God, I will beat the shit out of you, my man.
Suck my dick, then. Get the fuck out of here.
What's the matter? I will beat the shit out of you.
Suck my dick,
Get the
nigga.
fuck out of here, nigga. Stop burping. Suck my dick. Shut up.
Bye, Jackie Chan. Suck
Stupid.
my dick. Goodbye.
Shut up. Get out of here.
Goodbye.
Get the fuck
Suck my
outta here.
dick. Goodbye.
Get out of here.
Suck my dick.
Shut up.
Goodbye.
Take your badge off.
Fuck is you talking about? Goodbye.
Let's go over this video. Let's go over this. Now I know some of you are gonna say, "Oh, that was so disrespectful. They're calling the police an N-word and calling the police officer Jackie Chan. They're yelling and screaming. They're doing this. They're doing that." One thing we have to understand. Now the police walked away. Okay, in this case, the police did what they were supposed to do. They walked away. They ignored him. I mean, they walked off. Why can't the Officer Tatum walk off? So this thing. Yes, they were disrespectful. Yes, they were cussing the police off. Yes, they were telling the police to take the badge off so they can fight. Yes, they did all that. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't physically attack the police. They didn't approach them in a threatening manner. They didn't touch the police. They didn't do any of that. So what you're talking about right here are people exercising their free speech. People can say whatever they want. The First Amendment covers that. It protects that right. It doesn't grant the right. It protects it. It recognizes it. People can say whatever they want. Now, if the police officer actually did take the badge off and get to fighting the dude and he got his ass whooped, well, that's a consequence of calling somebody out to fight. You call somebody out to fight, you get your ass whooped. That's just how life works. Okay? You got to be ready for the consequences of your verbal actions. But he had every right. They had every right to cuss the police out, call them names, say all that stuff. So, and those police officers in that moment in time decided that they wasn't going to do nothing about it. They walked off. There could be any number of reasons why they walked off and why they did, because it could have went the other way. I don't suggest you guys approach the police in the way that they did. I'm not saying that you should just do that. I'm saying they had every right to do it. I'm not saying do it. I'm saying, what's the problem? Okay? One thing we have to understand, the perception of police didn't just come out of osmosis. It didn't just occur out of osmosis. It happened because there is a pattern in certain things going on, in certain things that the police do that bring them that negative attention, that bring them that negative outlook from people, that give people a negative perspective on police officers. So this shit just didn't. They are not the victims. The police are not victims. They have a badge, they have guns, and they're protected with armor, body armor. Are you kidding me? And they're able-bodied individuals. I mean, they can haul off and do whatever they want. They were in no way threatening to these police officers. The perception of police officers by many people are brought on to police officers by police officers. Okay, let's keep going.
Cocksuckers.
Fucking pig.
And same people that's in this video is complaining about racism, complaining about misuses or mistrust with the police department. You are the problem. I don't care if a police officer come up.
Mistrust with the police officers is why they're acting like this. They don't trust the police. You heard the guy, he said, you about to pull out a gun. You were about to pull out. Even if the police officer wasn't about to pull out his gun, it's that lack of trust that makes people, and some people react to distrust in certain ways. Some people cower. Some people get belligerent. You know, but like I said, as long as they didn't physically harm these police officers, they did nothing wrong. Yeah, was it uncomfortable? Was it disrespectful? Did it go against their sensibilities? Perhaps. But again, they did nothing wrong because they have every right to say whatever they want, whenever they want, because they are free men. And freedom is uncompromising. You do not compromise with freedom under any circumstances. If you're not harming someone else, if you're not creating a victim, you are a free person, period.
Matter, you shouldn't be going after somebody's race. You shouldn't be trying to fight them, telling them to take the badge off. Then they take the badge off and they stomp you out, and you want to cry police brutality. Now,
like I said, if you call the police out and you tell them to take their badge off and fight you, and they do it and you get your ass whooped, you just fought a man-to-man fight. It doesn't matter if one was a police officer or one wasn't. Two men fought. One person instigated the fight. The other guy took up the challenge and he beat your ass. That's what happens. That has nothing to do with police. That's two men now. You get two men fighting. One man called the other man out to fight. He asked for it. That has what?
these the adults acting like this. What do you think the children are doing? What do you think psychologically is doing to the youngsters? Roll the film.
Now they feeling stupid, nigga, because they caught D'Anthony with all this stuff, man.
In this case, the police are escorting, I guess, a kid out of a department store, and they're saying they thought he was stealing something. They searched his shit. All right.
You with nothing, nigga. I ain't had nothing. I want your badge number. What's your badge number? Jamin. Yup. Bro, hey, can I get your badge number? Huh? No, can I? Bro, don't put your hands. Hey, bro, don't put your hands on me, bro. Look, y'all see it, right? Don't put your hands on me. Look at him. Get my bag. Get my bag.
Come on.
Get my bag. Look at him. Look at him, y'all. Look at him. Thought I was stealing. Goofy. Looking dumb. Nigga, stop playing with me. Nigga, looking dumb. Stop playing with me. Nigga, I ain't had nothing in my bag. Nigga, you sound crazy, nigga. Pocket full of money. Nigga, now how dumb do you look? Now, look at him. Say hello to the live, sir. Here, look how dumb he look, y'all. Look how dumb he look. Looking stupider than... That nigga looks stupid. Just dumb. He look pitiful. Don't even show. Look at him. Look at him. Say hello. Say hello. You look dumb because you thought I was stealing, huh? And then when you check my bag, I ain't have nothing, huh? You look so stupid. This nigga looks so dumb. He looks so stupid. He like, let me see your...
Now, okay, the officer checked his bag and found nothing. What gives one man the special rights to search and check on another person's shit? Now, we're talking about a child here, okay? The child deserves as many rights as a grown adult. You just go up to a child, because they're a child, you can just go search their shit. What gave that police officer the right to go through another person's individual property or personal property and then found nothing? Okay, so this kid is behaving disrespectfully. Okay, that's a reflection of his parents. Yeah, you shouldn't do that. Your child shouldn't be doing that. Whatever. But the fact that the police officer was going through his stuff in the first place brought that on. See, police officers think they have special rights, okay, granted to them by government functionaries. But my question is, who gave that government functionary the right to give the power, give those special rights to the police officers? Oh, well, the voters? The voters gave the politician that special right to give the police that special right? Who gave the voter that special right? Okay, so people voted for this individual politician to then lay down the law and then administer rights, special, and what they called qualified immunity. Police officers do whatever they want. But who gave the voters that right? See, now we're talking about democracy here. So 51 people, or 51% of the people, voted to grant special powers to politicians. But what about the 49% that don't want that? So you're telling me because 51% of the people wanted something, that the other 49% have to suffer under that law because of that? You see, who gave that 51% of the people special powers and special rights to grant special rights to others to then grant special rights to police officers who can go around and do whatever the hell they want, like take your shit and go through your shit and all that stuff. This is what I'm talking about. That's not freedom. That's not freedom. Okay? And that's what I'm trying to, this is what I'm trying to help people understand. Yes, there was a vote. Yes, people vote for certain people to rule over them. Okay? Okay, so like I always say, if you want someone to rule over you, that's fine. Do you. That's your right. But I don't want people ruling over me. So when I'm walking down the street, or if I'm going through a mall, or if I'm driving down the road, and I got police officers pulling me over for whatever reason, I haven't done anything to anybody. They're just pulling me over because I went a little faster than what the sign said to go. Or I didn't do a complete stop at a stop sign before I went. There's no cars coming from either direction. There's no one coming ahead of me that's going to turn in front of me. So I didn't completely stop. But I got a street pirate come rolling up on me, extorting me for my money because 51% of the people want it that way. I'm not rolling. Not even 51%, but the politician that 51% of the people voted for. That's the whole point behind this. I mean, come on, man. Democracy ain't, come on, miss me with that.
Check my bag, ain't have nothing in it but a pocket full of money. Nigga, check my bag, ain't had nothing in it but a pocket full of money. Look how dumb you look.
That kid probably still peeing in the bed. And how does he know to talk to the police officers just like that? Where does he learn that from? I'm gonna be real with y'all real quick. The reason why many black communities do not succeed is because the ignorance and brainwashing that go on from politicians, media, and other dumb black people. You wonder why there's so much police brutality, because you act like this.
You see what he's saying here? He's saying black folks deserve to get their ass whooped by the police because we said something to police officers that he didn't like. Not because we attacked the police officer, not because we created a victim, but because we said something to them in a certain way that he didn't like. He's feeling sensitive about it. Oh, poor baby, we talked to you the wrong way. You're going to beat our ass now. Just fuck out of here, man. This is what I'm saying. This dude right here, people come on my channel. I make videos about this dude because he's not a freedom lover. He's a statist and a tyrant. You telling me because, we deserve, people in general, forget about the color, right? People in general deserve to get their ass beat because they said something in a certain way to someone you feel has special rights like police officers. That they deserve that. And it's a black thing. Oh, black people this, black people that. You playing identity politics? You trying to convince people that the police should be the overlords and should remain the overlords because somebody yelled at them and said cuss words. What are you talking about here? The emotion. Come on, man. Get out your feelings, bro. Get out your feelings. You know how many times I've been called the N-word? You know how many times? Like, and it's nothing. It's words. They're words. Like I told y'all about that Asian lady called me a nigger. Like, they had every right. She has every right to call. She can call me whatever she want to call me. She's a grown-ass woman. She's grown. I'm not going to violate her rights because she said something I didn't like. Oh, poor me. I've been called N-words by many people throughout my life. When I moved to Arizona, I had people calling me niggas, throwing water bottles at me out of the window as they drove by. I didn't get hit by the water bottle. Now, if they were in my face, standing in front of me and tried to throw a water bottle at me while calling me the nigger, I would get in their ass, not because they called me a nigger, but because they attacked me with a water bottle. They tried to make a victim of me. You see where the distinction is? Who cares if somebody yells at and cusses out the police? They brought it on themselves. By thinking that they have special powers and special rights, do whatever they want to people. And they're corrupt as hell. In many cases. Man, miss me. Let's keep going, man. This is fun. I love it. Thank you for the content, Brandon Tatum. Woo!
Confrontational. And you wonder why you get into it with police. We defend people that we shouldn't defend. They break in the...
How often do police officers defend people? How often do police officers show up while a crime is in progress to stop someone from being victimized? How often does that happen? Not very often at all. No, they're reactionary. They're a reactionary force, not a proactionary force. They don't defend. 9 times out of 10, they come up after. Or they're creating the victim themselves by harassing people and violating their rights. Miss me.
Resisting arrest, pulling guns, destroying our community, and then when y'all talk about what you want to do about it, and then the police officers do something about it, and it goes south legally, then y'all open arms, acting a fool. White people don't go through the same thing black people do, because they don't do this.
They don't do this?
I've been a police officer.
Okay, I'm gonna stop his little video right there. I'm gonna come back with part 2. I got my work phone's ringing off the hook. But I'll come back with part 2, and I will show you guys whether or not white folks do that. All right, stay tuned.